Let's read the objective type question answers which can come in MCA entrance exam. First is, an example of embedded system is called a calculator. So you can also learn like this: a calculator is an example of embedded system. This is the way to learn it. And second is, which of the following is not used as secondary storage? Semiconductor memory. You can learn it that secondary storage devices are magnetic disk, magnetic drums, magnetic tapes, but semiconductor memory is not used as a secondary storage. So this is how you can learn it and keep it in your mind. So next, third is, collection of 8 bits is called byte. So another way to retain in your brain is, byte is a collection of 8 bits, right? So next is, collection of wires that connects several devices is called bus. So other way you can give the definition of the bus. Bus is a collection of wires that connect several devices. So 80th question is, system software can be categorized into operating system and system services. So other way you can do it by yourself. Operating systems and system services are being categorized in the system software. Means system software has operating system as well as system services. So 81st is, in computer terminology, a compiler means a program which translates the source program into the object program. One time you can read all the options, but most of the time you can read the question and the answer to retain it. So but for first time you can read every option, right? So one more time, 81st is, in computer terminology, a compiler means a program which translate the source program into the object program. Now here source program is written in one of the computer language, whereas object program is also called machine language. It is in the state of 0101. So compiler is the kind of program or software which changes source program into the object program. 82nd question is, which of the following is responsible for coordinating various operations using timing signals? Answer is arithmetic logical unit, ALU. So what does ALU do? ALU is responsible for coordinating various operations using timing signals. So this is how you can learn it. The next is, computer cannot do anything without program. Naturally program has to be given to the computer so that it should perform particular functions. So 84th is, software is program, second program and documentation, third option is program, documentation and operation manual, and D is none of above. So answer obviously is program, software is the program, documentation and operating manuals. All these three functions it should have. What we are talking about? Software. Next is, everything computer does is controlled by CPU. That's why CPU is also called the brain of the computer. So CPU controls everything. Other ways also you can read. CPU controls everything computer does, right? So 86 is, ascending order of the data hierarchy is bit, byte, field, record, file and database. So this is how the hierarchy of data goes. Bit is the smallest unit of the database, right? Then comes byte, then comes field, then record, then file and then the complete database. Next is, who is accredited with the developing the architecture of the modern computer? So answer is John von Neumann. So modern computer, Neumann. This you can relate, modern, new, right? So developing the architecture of the modern computer. Who developed the architecture of the modern computer? John von Neumann, right? So next is 88th. What are the some popular office oriented software applications? They are, word processor, spreadsheet, databases, DTP. Then 89th is, which of the following holds the ROM, CPU, RAM and expansion card? Of course, you know that motherboard is there, right, which is having everything on it, right? So 90th is, the first computer made available for commercial uses. Commercial use first computer, UNIVAC, right? So you can correlate with this first computer, commercial use, UNIVAC, right? So next is, where does a computer add and compare CPU chip? Right, in the brain. That's why CPU is called brain of the computer. In the brain, computer add and compare, right? Next, 92nd question is, 92nd question is, the register that contains the address of the instruction that is being executed currently is called, register is called instruction register, right? So instruction, it is written in the question, and address is given, and register is also. So instruction from here you can get, and then the register. So to learn next question, you should memorize it like, memories in which any location can be reached in the fixed amount of the time after specifying its address is called random access memory. It is also known as RAM, right? The storage device used to compensate the difference in flow of data. Of course, you everybody know buffer, because sometime if the difference in the flow of data is there between two devices, then the buffering is there, right? So buffer. Next is register, which holds the address of location to or from which data are to be transferred, is known as memory buffer register. Next, 96th, number of pixels on the computer screen determines a screen's resolution. This everybody knows, those who know computer graphics. So everybody knows that resolution. Next is, the computer device primarily used to provide hard copy is line printer. So primarily at first, it means at first which computer device was used to give us hard copy. Hard copy is given by printer only, but primarily the line printer was there. And 98th is, computer program consists of algorithm written in the computer's language. See, I told you in the previous question also that source code is always written in one of the computer language. So algorithm written in the computer language, so computer program has that, right? Software can be divided into two areas. Which are those two areas? System software and application software. System software as well as application software, right? So next is DLL. DLL stands for dynamic link library. So always remember like that for so far as entrance exams are concerned. So especially the while doing entrance for MCA, right? So or MSc computer science. So here next question is, the instruction for starting the computer are housed on ROM. ROM is read only memory chip. So before the computer gets started, so it reads the instructions from ROM chip. Then group of instructions that directs a computer is called program. This you already know, that program has the list of instruction which we want our computer to perform. Where would you find a magnetic strip? You all have these days credit cards, right? So, or your dads must be having credit cards. You must have seen that magnetic strip is over there on the credit card, not on these rest of the options. So, I am again telling you that first time when you read these questions while preparing for the entrance exam, you should read all the options, and then you should only read the question and then the answer. Give more stress on that. Then what would be the best way to move around a 3D environment? You all know that we use tracker ball, 3D environment. Then the first computer used to store a program was ADSAC. First computer for program was ADSAC. Then you can do comparative study. We earlier read that UNIVAC was the first computer made available for the commercial use. These kind of questions can be compared, and you can go back to the previous question, and comparative study will make you to retain better, right. So here first computer used to store a program was ADSAC. Then the register that contains the address of the next instruction to be executed is called program counter. What is the function of system software? System software work is to execute the programs, right. So few questions are more, they are like that. So here are they. 108th question is, where were the India's first computer installed and when? So these questions can come in KBC also. So Indian Statistical Institute, Calcutta, 1955. Then what input device could tell you the price of the bar of the choco layer? So barcode reader, this everybody knows, whosoever goes for shopping with their mom or dad, right, in malls, so they know barcode reader are there. Then supercomputers are primarily useful for all the above. What are all the above? They are input output intensive processing, and they are the data retrieval operation, and the mathematical intensive scientific application.